Come on. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is a new day. It's a lovely day. I love it out here. Don't know where you guys are at. But where I'm out here is the south part of the United States, over in Florida, southeast. And I know a lot of people don't even know where the geography is. Like they don't know what I'm talking about when I say east, west, north, south. So I get that, but I don't know. If you get curious, sometime you feel the need, it's not a bad idea to go on ahead and look at a map, figure out where you at and where, other people at. And you never know. That might help you sometime in your life. I know right now we all depend on GPS. And that's what we try to do. We use that GPS so quick. But I'm old enough to remember back in my day, we used to use a book. Something like a map. Yeah, that's what it was. And then pretty much that was everything. I remember when I was working, I used to work. Oh yeah, happy Memorial Day to everybody. It's a Memorial Monday. Happy Memorial Day. I feel you should, remember your loved ones every day. You don't need the government to tell you, oh, this is a specific day to do it. But, when are you going to get money from these people? Unless you create something to, rally everyone around. So you can say, hey, this is the day we all do something. We're going to do it together. And if you don't want to take it, it's okay. You can sing a song like, we're not gonna take it. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite freaking lines from Chappelle. It's hilarious. But it's an actual song for those who think, I'm just cracking jokes. It really is a song called We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore. And it's real, though, because that's what music was about. Like, you wasn't going to take this nonsense, this garbage. You made music to represent the people. That's why the music was so successful, because it represented the people. It represented how they feel, the emotion, like real. Like there's something that I feel right now. What is it? What is this excitement that I feel? How can I? And all of a sudden the song come up, and then you just like, this is it. Think about it. Like think about when you hear Rocky. When for those that's my age. I'm 30. I'm 37, man. I'm 37, man. So I'm an 80s baby. So there's a lot of things that ain't as popular now that was super popular when I was a kid. So I remember when I was watching Rocky, and then I'm like, yo, what's with this music at the end? And it wasn't even the I am the tiger. It wasn't even that one. It was the bum 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 bum. Oh snap, yo! I'm about to lose it just right now. Sorry, listen. Music is everything, and if you got the right music, man, it'll make everything get like It puts the mood. It puts the moment. R-E-S-P-C-T. Like, listen, man. You hear certain things, and it just fuels you. You're like, yeah, you're talking to me right here. So, on that note, I feel like the emotion is just missing in the music and in so many things. We used to have a soundtrack for our feelings, You didn't worry about what somebody said when you did something. This and you're like, look, you know what? I feel a certain way. I'm gonna play this song, and that's how I feel until I feel good. And then that's what you do. You play that song, and then it gets you right. You get your emotions. All right, boom. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do what I gotta do. And then boom, that's that. But anyway, I feel like it's a lovely day to talk about Memorial Day, and wishing your loved ones to rest in peace, and all the things, the family to come together and do something that the people who aren't here now would love to have done. They would love to see you guys coming together, having a good time. And like I said earlier, of course they appreciate it every day. But if we do have to have a day that these people say, hey, this is the day we do this together, let's do it together. Let's do it in peace. Let's do it in harmony. And let's keep it moving. But remember, you don't need a day to celebrate. Just like you don't need just the Sunday to go to church or to do whatever. You don't even need to go to church to see God. I mean, it's in the scripture. You don't got to go to a building. I'm sure there's, a way to say it. And I don't know it. So I guess I got to go to the scriptures and I got to bring it to you for those of you who's like, oh, yeah, where? I want to know where it says I don't got to go to a building to see God. So I'll find it for you. But trust me, you don't got to talk to some dude at a building telling you can't go in unless you throw on the mask to pray to God. All right? So just trust me. God is everywhere. All right? You in the parking lot. You in the car. You at home. You on the toilet. Where you at? You at work? You trying to hide? Were you looking through emails when you supposed to be looking through some craziness at work? Whatever it is, just know your homie with you. God riding right with you. And that's why I always had a problem. Like, they made it seem like, God's some old dude you can't talk to. He already know what you're doing. However he knows already. They already know, like, what you hiding from. Like, you think you like, oh, man, I ain't going to talk about this because, you know what I'm saying? He already know. Yo, whatever you did, whatever you think you hide, like, that's the coolest homeboy you got. He don't snitch on you. He don't sit there like, I know what you was doing, but, I'm just saying, if you don't, nah, man, that's all on you. You got your free will to do what you do. And he let you do whatever you want. You could be like, yo, you know what? I don't even believe in you no more. Hey, that's you. That's all on you. You got people trying to like, strike me down right now, blah, blah, blah. Look, see? Ha. Like, look, you can test them all you want. It's on you. Because you better believe when it's all over with. Ha. Look who you see. Look at me. Remember me? So, hey, but that's everyone's, way of thinking. That's your own belief, and that's that. But Memorial Day is something that we do to praise and remember our loved ones. And I feel like if we could do that for people in life, we could do that for people in death. So that's cool. So now, as I'm about to do my walk, getting ready to do, this walking exercise and thing and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? I want to talk about something other than what I always talk about, which is what I've been talking about on the last episodes. And if you really are that curious, by all means, go on ahead and check out the other episodes, and then you'll see what I was talking about previously on Genolexis Talks. Yeah, that's how I'm going to start doing that. I like that. Previously on Genolexis Talks. You don't know where I got that from? I got that from X-Men. Not even the regular, like the recent one. Like, we're talking about in the 90s cartoon X-Men. Matter of fact, if those is curious, really curious, if you get the Disney subscription, whether you buy it, you can do trial, you just make up an email just to check it out and just binge watch a few shows. Look, just check it out. They got all the episodes there on the Disney network, so you could do that. But that X-Men series from the 90s, they used to be like on it. It was serious. Like, even everything that used to happen, it was an episode. It was epic. The Dark Phoenix saga, Cable, freaking the Apocalypse coming in and trying to tear things. Man, they made it. Magneto and freaking Professor X. They were in the Savage Lands and they had to work together to try to survive. And man, there's just so many cool things that has happened on that show where you didn't even realize at the time they're preparing you for the world. So many things. They talked about everything from racism with the mutant situation and all that. It was amazing. But we're going to take a little break real quick because it's Sonic time. You know what I'm talking about?
Welcome to Sonic. How can I help you?
Hey, can I have a large French fry and a large cheese fries?
All right.
And that's
anything else today?
That would be all. Thanks.
No problem. So a large French fry and large cheese fry. Yours today is 804.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Sonic's. Word. But like, where was I? Anyway, so it was real. But in the X-Men, they would say like, right before you watch the next episode, it would be a guy, deep voice. He'd be like, previously on the X-Men. And I always thought it was hard. Because I'm like, you know what? I like that. It get me prepared. Because you can't have a weak voice. You can't be like, previously on the X-Men. Like, get out of here, man. I don't want to watch this show. If you're in this freaking show, I don't want to watch it. You sound weak. You don't sound like an X-Men. You sound like an X-boy. And I'm not feeling that. I came to watch X-Men. And X-Men, men was just plural. But, there was women that were heroes too. As a matter of fact, one of my favorites was Jean Grey. And, of course, Rogue. But everybody liked Rogue. That's cheating. Like, when you say Rogue, that's kind of cheating. Because they purposely made her, like, really appealing. Rogue was super, super bad, yo. I don't care what anybody tell me. To this day, if you met someone that looked like Rogue, you probably don't know what to do with yourself. But it's cold because the situation with Rogue is as bad as she looked and as bad as she was. You can't touch her, bro. You touch her, you dead. So, man, rest in peace, Stan Lee. Telling you, X-Men was that deal. But anyway, previously on Genolexis Talks, I was talking about something else, so y'all go to the next episode. But this episode, I was walking here, started doing my little walk, and then I saw somebody on a hoverboard. That's right. But then I was like, I don't know. I wasn't even hating on the kid. Because, the kid, he could have been walking. The kid could have been walking. That's fine. But, anybody, I don't mean nothing. Anybody could jump on a hoverboard. You don't got to be a certain height, certain weight, or whatever. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're big, fat, small, tall. Everyone deserves a hoverboard if they want one. My thing is, remember I was saying I'm an 80s baby? Well, Back to the Future was a thing. And when they said hoverboard, you was expecting hoverboard where ain't nothing touching the floor. Like we're hovering on top of the freaking floor. And that's it. Like whenever I park, it's still gonna stay hover. I don't even know if that's the noise it make, but it's still gonna hover. It's still gonna float in the air. You sitting there, like right now I'm sitting down at the fast food joint, sitting outside. They got tables outside. And let's say I was on a hoverboard and then I came, and I'm like, wait a minute, hover. I want to eat something. Stop. And then it stops. It's like voice activated. Like the phone's a facial ID. It's like that. Bam. So it stops. But you got to set the settings, though. Because, if it don't, stop the right way, you could just, bam, and you fall. So there's liability and this and that. So listen. But let's just say this is how the hoverboard really was. Just like Michael J. Fox. Just like how he did it. He was escaping the bullies, doing this thing, going through the city. And people like, oh, snap, what's that? Just like that. But anyway. That's what I was expecting when people were talking about hoverboard. That was years ago. Now you seen these joints got wheels on the side. Got the nerve to call them a hoverboard. Ain't no hoverboard. It got wheels. Something's touching the floor. It's cheating. I look at it like that. You cheating. And I don't know. I wish, somebody would have made something like, hey, look. When we create this movie, let's do a patent on this idea right here. So that way, if anybody try to play with it and say, hey, this is a hoverboard, I'm like, this is a hoverboard. Even though we may not have the technology to create it ourselves, we had the idea long before you created this little crap that you call a hoverboard. That's not a hoverboard because it's not officially off the floor. There's two wheels on it, and just like a freaking bike, it's a bike board. Get out my face. Anyway, give us a real hoverboard and stop playing. Give these kids something to be excited about. Do it and make it something where you gotta be above 21 or 18, just like how they do with guns and all that other stuff, or alcohol. You gotta be a certain age before you decide to kill yourself or somebody else or targets or whatever it is. All right, whatever it is. And I'm not condoning anybody to go out and do that with a gun or a car or alcohol or whatever. But it's just an example. If you could do that with everything else, you should be able to have the choice to do that with an official hoverboard. So the technology is there. Stop playing with it. You got Bluetooth and everything else. Give us the hoverboard. Speaking of technology, you see they talking about UFOs. Is that a UFO? We're going to tell you. Who are these people that have the power? Like, we're going to tell you when to be prepared to know about this. Or we're going to be the ones to tell you when to be prepared to... Like, who are you to tell me when to prepare for something that you don't even know about? That's how I know all this is a lie. Because who are they to tell you what's a UFO? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You too. So, as I was saying, I don't believe in none of that. I believe that's them going to use their opportunity to trick more people, to do more crap that we don't need. And y'all don't need to believe it. Trust in yourself, and you'll find more peace in the world. Know what I mean? Let's get those hoverboards popping. We out. Genolexis Talks.